I know y'all. This was too easy. Okay, y'all see the banner. It was just like a layup. Okay, just easy. All right, Michael Orr. He got blindsided with the truth. Okay, got blindsided with the truth. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then obviously you miss uh what many refer to as a legendary sports movie, The Blind Side, about uh NFL offensive lineman, former Ole Miss offensive lineman, Michael Orr,
Yeah.
okay, and how this white family took him in and supposedly adopted him, okay, helped him out. He had a rough, very rough upbringing, and they took him in, helped him out. The rest is history. Okay, All American at Ole Miss, long career in the NFL, Super Bowl champion, and everything like that. Another Super Bowl appearance with the Carolina Panthers, if I'm not mistaken. When Cam Newton and them went,
Hmm.
but now things have gone left. Okay. And we're going to talk about that. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am your homeboy first. There's my brother, Tim G. Jacob. And this is the realest most entertaining sports show in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on some. Again, hit that subscribe button, share. Put all your people on it. Okay. But T,
Yeah.
like I told the people, things have gone left now. Okay. As Michael Orr has come out stating that he has now found out that he was not actually adopted, that instead, the Touhys family, okay, the family that had the white family that had taken him in, they had him sign a conservatorship. Now, if you don't know what a conservatorship is, the best way for me to describe that to y'all is think about what was going on with Britney Spears. Okay. And y'all saw people were online talking about hashtag free Britney and all that kind of shit, where her
Yeah.
parents were controlling her whole finances and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Michael Orr is saying that's what was set up with him and the Touhys. Not
Yeah.
an adoption, a conservatorship. Okay. So he's saying that now, and he's saying that he didn't get any money off a movie that was based on his own goddamn life.
Yeah.
Okay. So T, what are your thoughts on this latest controversy that has broken some people? Because that movie
300 M's.
made a lot of money,
300.
but also it was a tearjerker for a lot of people. It was an inspiration for a lot of people. Now, for some people, it was a little cringy because it got the white savior component in it. Okay. Also, it was extra cringy when you look at Michael Orr in the past said he didn't like how they portrayed him as stupid or that he didn't know how to play football. Like they had to teach him how to play football. He was like, I've been know how to play football and all that kind of shit. So some say it was a little cringy, but people generally speaking have loved this movie. Okay. What
Mhm.
say you about what's going on, dog?
All right. So here's my thoughts on it. And I think I dropped it in our thread. You probably already had seen it, but I dropped it in our thread. We was talking about it and whatever. Um, so the first thing is let's leave Sandra Bullock's awards for that movie alone because she just acted. She just did what she did.
Right.
She got a check. So everybody coming after her and wanting her to give up her Academy Award because of all this. I would think she just didn't have a clue. They gave her a script. She cast it for the movie. They said, you it. And she did what she do. So
Mhm.
let's just leave Sandra alone. Partly because I do like Sandra, me personally,
I
but
fuck with Sandra
I
Bullock.
fuck with
Yeah, I
Sandra.
fuck with
But okay, all right. Moving on. Two. I think this is the other takeaway I got from this is that I would love for our people to love our own enough that we
her.
don't have to have our kids be a part of these kind of stories. We raise ours enough. We love them enough. Give them everything we can possibly give them. We put enough love and encouragement behind them that they don't have to be a part of these kind of stories. We take care of our own. That's just as real as it gets,
Mhm.
in my opinion. I mean, we. I mean, I don't know how and what that whole thing and you know, I mean, you have mixed emotions because you wonder if this is a come up, if they were just waiting on this kid to go pro.
Mhm.
He's this big African American kid that, you know, could go there to the league. And it leaks to other concerns I have when you think about a lot of these people that like these basketball talents, these kids from other countries and stuff that come and they stay and they're adopted or legal guardianship or whatever, and then they go to they athletic talents and they go to the league. So my thing, you know, and I know coming from outside the country is a little bit different. Coming here, you
Mhm.
know, kid coming from other country to here, but it just speaks to me when it comes to this situation that we need to be taking care of our own, no matter what. Yeah, we might not get the movie, and I get it, but at least we get the satisfaction of knowing that we took care of our own. We raised this young man up to be productive. We did that, us as parents, us as black people, us as parents. I don't want nobody else doing my work. And you know, I get it. That sounds very, very far fetched in some people's eyes, depending on how you look at it. I don't think it is. I just think we just got to fix what we doing as a people because this shouldn't be the case. I shouldn't be hearing about this. This
Mhm.
young man fighting to basically get what I think is owed to him because it's basically his story. And
Mhm.
then he never liked the way he was portrayed in the story. And family made millions of dollars off of him. And my question is, was that what he was worth to him? Now, you let some people tell it. They're upstanding group of people.
Mhm.
You let some people tell it. They the first ones to hug them and love on them and this, that, and the third, and they want to make them paint them out to be really good folks. But if that's the case, you would actually have adopted them. You'd have actually took them in as your own, which, according to the story, he didn't. They didn't. So that leaves room for pause. But my thing is, you know, it's kind of cringeworthy just listening to all of this because it's like, well, damn, what was he worth then? I mean, if you my grandmother raised foster kids, okay, all right, she adopted two. There's many others that still to this day that's their mama. All right, that is the person that raised them. So I've seen it firsthand the effect you can have on somebody else's child if you put the kind of love and concern about them. And yes, they had things coming to them based on their situations and stuff, money and welfare support and things like that. But my grandma made sure they were taken care of. Them kids weren't gonna walk around with raggedy clothes, and they were gonna have the best of the best, and they were gonna be all right as best as my grandmother could manage the situation. You know, because at this time she's widow. You know, she didn't have no husband. So I say all that to say this, man. You know, that speaks to our people and how we need to view our own seeds and the ones that we want to bring up and raise in this world. We need to take care of our own so that they don't go down the line and have to deal with this. Yeah, what if they become doctors or lawyers or create huge inventions and stories and whatever, and they just immaculate people that came out of some really tough situations, and then all of a sudden they write a story about them. You know, I was kind of thinking about this just far fetched. Like, okay, what if that was Ben Carson
Mhm.
or some other great doctor or somebody that they wrote a story about or whatever, you know, and they made these documentaries and videos of, and then they make a lot of money off the story, and they don't reap no benefits from it. And I'm just like, I don't understand it. I really don't
Mhm.
get it. It's just dumbfounding to me, man. And it just speaks to me. I just think I say to my people, take care of your own, raise them up, make them productive, give them all you can give them, teach them all you can teach them, take care of your own. Because obviously, in some and I can understand why people would feel that way. I can understand why you feel like they didn't, in a sense. Because if you really loved them, you'd have adopted them. Wouldn't have been no conservatorship. Conservatorship to me says there's something on the way, and we want to be able to manage what's on the way. Because really, at the time, he was a highly touted prospect from high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he went to Ole Miss,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was a highly touted prospect at the Ole Miss. So they already kind of seen the potential. I just feel like we should take care of our own. We ain't got to have these stores.
It's real shit. It's real shit that and that's not taking away for anything that might allegedly been done wrong on their part, but you make a great point. If that King's parents do what they were supposed to do, this store don't exist in the first fucking place. And that's, and I'm saying this is somebody who's seen these stores, like the that his parents come from. Say like the dad was in jail and stuff, and the mom was addicted and to drugs and shit like that. You know, as a former teacher and coach, shit, I've seen countless kids like that. You know what I'm talking about? And that should be heartbreaking.
Right.
That should be heartbreaking, man. So yeah, no, I be telling folks, if you don't want no kid,
keep it in the plastic. Keep it in the rubber.
Motherfucker be acting like, hey, you know, man, I don't know how it happened. Motherfucker, you know how dick and pussy work, don't you? What you talking about? You don't know how it happened. But then you have a kid brought into this world that you're not prepared to take care of, and then all kind of shit can happen. It just so happened he was big, strong, smart.
Yep.
Had the tools to make it.
Yeah.
You know, somebody just needed some stability. Seemed like they provided some stability. Seemed like he did get something out of the deal, but with his story blowing up like it did, he's saying he just should have got his fair share. Well, shit, he should have got the lion's share of the shit, because at the end of the day, it's his life story. And if he wasn't a great football player, let's say this shit happens to a one-star football player, that shit ain't becoming no movie.
Yeah.
It's because that motherfucker was good that it became a movie too now.
Yeah.
Okay. You had the white-black thing, you know, Hollywood love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Him from the hood, them from upper middle class, if not already rich. I can't remember that part because I've heard. I see some stuff acting like they went and bought up a whole lot of Taco Bells or something, or fast food restaurant. Some folks make it seem like they bought that shit after the fact, but I thought they had already owned that shit.
Okay.
I don't know. But either way, you got white folk with some money, you got the black kid come from the hood. We've seen that countless shits, okay? And then you throw in the talented jock shit. So it was like a perfect Hollywood soup. You got everything up in that motherfucker that you like. So then you go get a tremendous actress like Sandra Bullock and throw her up in that bitch, and voila.
Yeah.
You know, it was perfect.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Michael got a point. If I'm not me, this shit ain't, because he had to be out on that field.
Yep.
Yeah, working them hands and feet.
Yep. Yep.
And it probably was heartbreaking to think that you're adopted and find out that you're not. So you go from not having your family because mom's addicted and pop's in jail, to thinking you got a family, and turned out, oh, hold on, they don't
love me. Do they love me or do they not love me?
Well,
or was I just money to them?
That's something you might think. You know what I'm talking about? And that probably crazy because he probably like from what Hugh Freeze, his former coach.
Yeah, his head coach at Memphis. Yeah.
Yeah. What, head coach in high school and college, if I'm not mistaken, right?
So in college.
Now at Auburn.
Yeah.
No, he acting like the Touhys is great people. He like if Michael would call them right now, I'm sure they can iron things out and they'll hug them and all that kind of shit. So if you got
I want some money.
That money, motherfucker, ain't it?
I want some money. You know my struggle. You know what I'm dealing with personally. So, you know,
And now, and then some people are alleging that that's what he trying to do a money grab. Got a book either
But they did
coming
it
out or
first.
already out.
Didn't they do it first? So he's just trying to get a little something off the other end.
I think the mother has turned all the fame and shit into like motivational speaking engagements and all that kind of shit. And I didn't know how much money folks were making in motivational speaking until I left the classroom and really dove into some of them shits and some of them numbers. Man, people are getting money off them shits.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
you know,
I think they even wrote a book or books as well.
Yeah.
So it's something else, dog. Fucked up. Fucked up. But like you said, we won't need these white savior stories. We just handle our own fucking business. All right, and we're not being idealistic. We know shit gonna happen. Everybody household not gonna be perfect. But hey, if somebody else household not perfect, what if a black family could pick them up? Like somebody be like your grandma. Your grandma, I think you've always told me your grandma was so real. And I went to his grandmother's funeral. I witnessed it. How people stood up in that church on that lady's behalf.
Yeah.
There was some heartfelt shit up in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're right. Just as a community, we gotta wrap our arms around our own and stuff.
The only difference is those movies wouldn't be on the big screen.
Oh no, Hollywood wouldn't do it. Touhys might carry it then. Touhys might carry it. He loved Touhys, y'all. He loved that shit.
It'd be a classic.
They might
Touhys gonna come out on awards for long. It's going down. Just bring a lighter side to all of this.
We're real ones. Y'all chime in, let us know what y'all think about Michael Oher. Michael Oher in this whole situation with conservatorship and adoption. All right, put it on some.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.